So I was arrested and I spent the night in jail. Yes, I spent the night in jail. I was arrested. I want to talk about it because I got to get this off my chest. So let's get into it with the Word of Gaud. Well, hey, welcome to the Word of Gaud. I am your host, Tony Gaud. So I wanted to share this story where I got arrested. And this happened a few years ago, many years ago. But I think it's been brought on because I've been watching too much true crime TV. I think I've been watching too much of it, so I wanted to put my story out there, and maybe they can do a reenactment. I had been telling it on stage a little bit as a bit, but I never told the full story. So here it is. Oh, and hey, don't forget the word of the day. Comment first with the word of the day, and I will pin your post to the top. Now, I believe this happened back around 2003. I think it was 2003, 2004. It's right in that time zone. I was driving across the state of Florida from the East Coast back to the West Coast, back to Tampa. Just finishing a show over in Vero Beach. And it was probably a little bit after midnight. I was driving in my burgundy Toyota Corolla, passing through the small town of Bartow. Now, I wasn't alone in the vehicle. I had actually featured the show, but I was also, with me in the vehicle was the person that was headlining the show, Tig Notaro. That's right. Yes, it is the Tig Notaro that was nominated for a Grammy for Best Comedy Album in 2014. She was also in Army of the Dead. That Tig Notaro. Star Trek, Discovery. Yes, that Tig Notaro. The Morning Show. Yes. This was all before that. That Tig Notaro that you've come to know and love because of her strong comedy and her deadpan sense of humor and her many acting accolades and voiceover work, was in the car being driven back to Tampa because she was actually the opening act. She was the feature for the headliner that week at the Tampa Improv, of which I was going to be the host. And so in that situation, that particular show happened once a month, and the feature would come in a day early and take advantage of another day's pay. So we were coming back and driving through Bartow when suddenly lights and sirens got my attention as I was being pulled over. Now, I didn't know what I was being pulled over for. Apparently, I had a burnt out tag light. Now, this is basically just a ploy to pull people over because they suspected that they were basically profiling the Toyota Corolla driving across Florida in the middle of the night. That's what they were really doing. But my tag light happened to be out, so they got me on that technicality and pulled me over. Literally within like 2 to 3 minutes, literally, there were 3 or 4 more vehicles, including the K9 unit, surrounding the vehicle. And we were coming back from doing comedy. Although I had not been smoking and I hadn't been drinking because I was driving across the state, they asked me if I had any paraphernalia, anything they should be aware of before they put the dog in my car. They didn't even give me a choice. And believe me, I tried to fight that, but I just didn't have the money to keep this lawyer going because I couldn't work, because I couldn't leave the city. I couldn't leave the state until the trial. So I just, we'll get to that. Because it wasn't by myself and I didn't want to drag Tig into this whole situation, I told him, well, you might find something in the back seat in the gym bag. I didn't have anything on me. I had some weed in the gym bag. So they found that. I got arrested I got taken, because it was the middle of the night, I got locked up until the morning so that I can get bail set and I can make bail, that kind of thing. So I only spent the night. I wasn't, didn't do hard time. I spent a few hours, but that was enough. It was enough. You never want to be put in cuffs, ever. I don't even look. I will do some freaky things if the moment presents themselves during a sexual situation and it's a good time. But I don't want to be tied up. I don't want any cuffs. No, thank you. I don't care how fuzzy they are, what they look like. Because of that, now Tig, she'd never been to Tampa or to Florida. I don't even think she'd been to Florida touring, really, until this point. She was an opening act still. So she was coming up, she was about to blow up. But she didn't know where she was. She ended up calling the manager, the booker. I gave her the keys to the car. As a matter of fact, I actually collected a bunch of cash for the booker, and it was in the glove box. So if they had gone into the car and into the glove box, they would have seen the cash, and it would have been a whole different situation, because then they would have tried to charge me with it as a seller, because I had a wad of cash, like thousands of dollars. And so Tig actually drove back in my car to the hotel, to where she was staying to do the shows. I ended up getting bailed out the next day. But that was my experience with her and her experience with me. Needless to say, we didn't really keep in touch, which is a shame, because I think she was really funny, and I probably terrified her. I don't think she's probably been in that kind of situation since, nor does she want to be. So that was a very interesting time. But I think it's all been brought on because of these true crime shows. And I watch them. I compare my past experience a little bit that I had, and I didn't have to do it. I didn't plead. I pled no contest, because I think I could have beat it if I would have had enough money to hire a really good lawyer. The lawyer I got was affordable, but then I was running out of money because I couldn't do my job, which was comedy. I needed to be on the road to make money, and I couldn't really leave the state until I got this settled. So I got probation, and my whole probation was it was supposed to be for a year, and I got community service. I always see people doing community service like on the side of a highway or something like that, which I don't understand, because I did my community service like at a state park, like a campground. Like I was picking up trash at campsites and stuff like that. I don't know why you would choose the side of the road, the side of the highway. Leave that for the hard timers, man. What's going on? I got to choose. They give you like a list of places you can do community service. You can look it up, and you can go and you can apply to do community service at that place. I did it at a campground, man. It's much more relaxing. You go on nature trails, pick up a couple of wrappers, and empty a couple of trash cans, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't understand that side of the road thing, but I did mine at the national park. And I had to do a monthly drug test, urinalysis, and also I had to go to to therapy for 4 sessions. Unless the 4 sessions didn't go well, then I need to continue to go. So I did that, did the sessions, was fine. Did my community hours pretty quickly, because my main job was stand-up and working at the comedy club. So I had time. I could just get in there and knock it out. And I paid my fines. I did my test, my urinalysis. I quit smoking, so I was coming up clean. after a month, everything was clean. So everything was about. It only lasted for 6 months. Then they were like, "You're good. Everything's good." But that was it. I've been watching these true crime stories, and I think I've been watching too many. There's too many of these shows. There's too many of them. You guys have probably seen most of these shows yourselves. We got Forensic Files, FBI Files, what's that, 48 Hours, of course. You got Cold Case Files, you got the first 48, you got See No Evil, Most Evil. They're actually like reality TV shows. They've turned crime into reality TV. So now it's profitable. See that one 60 Days In, where they send people back into jail to narc people out or something. And you go back to Cops. Cops was really a reality show. A Dog the Bounty Hunter, or To Catch a Predator. That's like real life. Those aren't actors. You got Beyond, Scared Straight. You used to have Scared Straight. Now it's Beyond. It's even worse, or supposed to be worse. And then some just aren't really that scary, crime-wise, like Amish Mafia. Come on, man. Really? It didn't last that long, did it? It was like a couple seasons. And then they were like, look, these guys are going to find out too much about electricity. If we keep this up, they're going to get into practical goods that you can buy instead of build. Some of them were just kind of a joke. Like when Steven Seagal had his Lawman reality show, where he was in Louisiana, and he'd pretend he was like a real cop, and he'd show up, people were getting arrested, and they want his autograph. Come on, that's awesome. But I think my favorite one is Dateline. That one, and you can binge that. Like if you're in jail, if you get like a long sentence and you go to prison, you could probably binge Dateline your entire stay. That's how many episodes they got. There's Dateline for days. But I'll watch it. I like that one. That one's a good one. 48 Hours is good too. I like those investigative reporting. I think the one everybody's going to be watching this next year is going to be Trump administration 2025. Because this is like a robbery in progress. It's like they are burning the place down. This is insane. This is being documented in real time. We're going to get updates and narrations from the criminal stars themselves every day, and in writing too. It'll probably be misspelled, but it'll be in writing on online on one of these magic platforms. I'm a fan of the true crime shows. I think I watch too much of them. I've auditioned for some of the reenactment shows. I don't think I look like any of the criminals, apparently. I don't think I can audition for them anymore, though, because most of them are non-union, and I'm union now. So so I have to up my game for reenactment shows to the unionized productions. I gotta step up my dead body look, or my criminal look. And those auditions, when you see them, it's funny because they send you the picture. Okay, if you look like this guy or similar to this guy, and there is partial nudity, if you're comfortable handling a fake weapon, that's in the description. It's great. So the casting of these shows is just as much fun as the shows themselves. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully I will land a part, and I'll share that with you guys. I'll clip it. I don't think I have any criminal. I did do one. I remember. It was for a training film, and this is for Homeland Security, and this is like way back. This is probably like early 2000s, and I was a like a drug smuggling pilot. So it was like an action scene too. Like I was running from the agent, trying to get away, trying to get back to the plane. But I never got a copy of it. So sorry guys, you're gonna have to join Homeland Security and watch that video. Well, hey guys, here comes the reward. If you made it this far in the show, the word of the day is Walker, Texas Ranger. Walker, Texas Ranger. Alright, it's 3 words. It's a name. It's a title. It's Chuck Norris. Hit the comment section and let them know. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you like what we talked about, leave me a like. And let me know what your favorite crime show is in the comments as well. Hey, I'm Tony Gaud, and this has been the Word of Gaud. I'm out.